Ever wondered if a woman is attracted to you just by looking into her eyes? Today we delve deep into the world of body language, focusing on the eyes, those captivating windows to the soul. They hold a universe of emotions, often offering subtle hints about feelings and attractions. Understanding these cues can be a game changer in deciphering the complex language of attraction. So, how do you spot sexual attraction in a woman's eyes? Let's break it down. First and foremost, eye contact. This simple yet powerful form of communication can be a pathway to understanding another person's feelings and intentions, particularly when it comes to attraction. In the realm of human relationships, the eyes truly are the windows to the soul. They relay our thoughts, our feelings, and if you know how to read them, our attractions. Prolonged eye contact, specifically, is a compelling sign of interest, a silent message that someone might be attracted to you. Let's delve a bit deeper into this. There's a stark difference between casual and intimate eye contact. Casual eye contact is fleeting. It's that quick glance that doesn't linger. We do it all the time, whether we're passing someone on the street or acknowledging a colleague from across a crowded room. But intimate eye contact, now that's a whole different ballgame. This is the kind that lasts longer than just a fleeting moment. It's the kind of gaze that seems to penetrate the surface, that feels as though it's reaching into your very core. And here's the kicker. When a woman maintains this kind of eye contact with you, it could very well be a sign of attraction. Now, it's important to be aware that prolonged eye contact can also be a sign of other emotions such as dominance, challenge, or even aggression. So it's crucial to consider the context in which the eye contact is taking place. Are you in a relaxed social situation? Is her body language open and inviting? Are her facial expressions positive and engaged? If the answer to these questions is yes, then the prolonged eye contact may indeed be a sign of attraction. But here's a word of caution. Eye contact, like any other form of body language, is not a foolproof indicator of attraction. It's always important to consider the whole picture, to take into account the person's overall behavior and the situation at hand. So remember, prolonged eye contact could potentially be a sign of attraction. But it's just one part of the puzzle. In the following scenes, we'll explore some other cues that can help you decipher the language of attraction. Next, let's talk about pupil dilation. This is one of the most fascinating aspects of body language, especially when it comes to attraction. So, what exactly is pupil dilation? Well, it's a term that refers to the widening or expanding of the pupils, those black circles in the center of our eyes. This is an automatic response controlled by our autonomic nervous system, which also takes care of other involuntary functions like our heartbeat and breathing. Now here's where it gets interesting. Our pupils dilate when we're exposed to something that stimulates us. And yes, that includes when we see someone we find attractive. It's like our eyes are saying, "Hey, I like what I see. Let's take in as much of it as we can." The science behind this is nothing short of fascinating. When we're attracted to someone, our brain releases a cocktail of chemicals, including oxytocin and dopamine. These neurotransmitters stimulate the pupil dilation response. It's like our body's natural way of focusing on what it finds appealing. Now you might be wondering, alright, but how do I know if her pupils are dilated? Well, it's not always easy to spot, especially from a distance or in bright light. But generally, dilated pupils are larger than normal. If you're close enough and the lighting is right, you might be able to see this subtle change. But here's a word of caution. Pupil dilation can also be caused by other factors like changes in light, certain medications, and even alcohol. So, while it can be a sign of attraction, it's not definitive proof. It's just one piece of the puzzle. So, the next time you're in a conversation with a woman and you notice her eyes appear a bit more sparkly, it could be her pupils dilating. It's a small, involuntary response that could potentially reveal a lot about her feelings. But remember, always consider the context and other cues to avoid misinterpretation. If you notice her pupils dilating when she's looking at you, it might be a sign she's attracted to you. Now let's explore the triangle gaze. This is an intriguing aspect of body language, particularly in the realm of romantic and sexual attraction. The triangle gaze is an eye movement pattern where the person's eyes move from one eye to the other, and then down to the mouth or chin. It's rather like an invisible triangle being drawn on the face. Interestingly, this isn't a consciously controlled action. It's a subconscious reflex that comes into play when someone is attracted to another person. You see, our eyes naturally gravitate towards the things we desire. And when someone is sexually attracted to you, their gaze tends to linger on your face. The triangle gaze is a powerful sign of sexual attraction. It's like the eyes are saying, "I want you." This gaze is instinctive, it's primal, and it's a clear indicator of desire. If you notice this eye movement pattern happening, it's a good sign that the woman you're interacting with finds you appealing. But remember, body language can be complex. The triangle gaze alone isn't a definitive proof of attraction. It's always important to consider the overall context and other signals as well. However, it's certainly a compelling clue to look out for. So, if you notice the triangle gaze, chances are she might be attracted to you. So, how do you spot sexual attraction in a woman's eyes? Well, we've journeyed through the fascinating world of body language, and more specifically, the language of the eyes. We've learned that prolonged eye contact might be a sign of interest. It's that moment when her gaze lingers just a moment longer, creating a connection that's hard to ignore. Then there's pupil dilation, a telltale sign often beyond conscious control. It's nature's way of saying, "Hey, I'm interested." But remember, it's subtle, so you'll need to be observant. We've also discussed the triangle gaze, that dance of the eyes from one eye to the other, then down to the mouth, and back up again. It's a triangle of intrigue, a pattern that may signal attraction. Yet these signs are not definitive. They should be considered along with other body language cues and the context of the situation. Remember, understanding body language is a skill. The more you pay attention, the better you'll get at spotting these signs. Good luck.